Zentangles with a slight twist to it. Particularly nice for Mother's Day is you'll be able to do a heart, and we also have jewels. Now this isn't completely finished because I want to use it to show you how to do it, but you'll be making a Zentangle. And in your bag you'll have a number of things. A square, little squares, and I'll show you what we'll use for that. You'll also have some designs that you can look at so you have a better idea of what you might want to do. You'll have a selection of hearts. You'll have a blank sheet of paper. You'll have some push-ups, sparkle paper, some jewels. Oh, you do have 2 pins. You have a thin and a thick mark. This is sort of your practice sheet so that you can try doing some different types of designs. If you've never done Zentangles before, they're sort of a little doodle. And what you can do is you can do your doodle on some of these and kind of get an idea. Do you want to do, let's say, diamonds? And then you go ahead and you can do your diamond shape on here. And you can kind of figure out what you want to do. With Zentangles, you always want to add something more to it. So if you're going to do the diamonds, you probably want to do something in the middle. You might want to do something in the background. And these little doodle sheets will give you a chance to try some of those things, and you can see what looks the best to you. You can decide if you want lines, whatever. So this is sort of your practice sheet. These are your sheets that will give you some ideas for what you can use for designs. This one is also how you can use the same design but just modify it to get a different design. But it's a good practice sheet if you're going to be doing your Zentangles. When we do this, one of the things that I'm going to show you is on this paper, it's very, very light. You can barely see the lines. That's because when you go over them, you don't want to see the lines in the background. So understand this is purposely very light. And it's a spiral that you can do your Zentangle design on. And the push-ups, you can use in a couple of different ways. I think that I didn't use it for this one, but it's nice to have the center one have some push-ups that will push it out and give it some dimension. And there's different templates that you can use when you put those on. The first thing I would do when I get my Zentangles is decide where you want your heart. I like it in the spiral. I sort of like it in the middle. So I chose one of these cutouts, cut it out, and then traced it on the back of this and put it on the paper and glued it on. Then you go ahead and you add your designs that you're going to put on. So for example, you can choose different types of little doodles. You can make them long, you can make them short. You can decide how you want to have them. And then you go ahead and you just fill in all along the area what you'd like to do for your Zentangle. So if you want to do something that's like circles, then you go ahead and you fill in all the way along in that section what you want to do for your Zentangle. And like I said, you always want to think about adding something a little bit extra, because the more intricate these are, the more interesting they are to the eye, and you'll have a better design. So I'm putting sort of a little star shape in the middle of the circles. I would recommend some that are sort of circle shape because we have the jewels. And as you can see here, I've added some jewels to this one and some jewels to this one. I would probably add some jewels to this one because it kind of, you've got jewels here, jewels here, jewels here. Kind of keeps the movement going. But you have your jewels that you can then stick on to some of the designs that you have to add that extra little oomph to it. So you go ahead and you get your little jewels out and you decide what size is going to work well. And I might use this size. And then you can put a couple of them in there, sprinkle them in there. when you get through, and I would recommend doing this when you're all done, you're going to want to have your borders put on. And what you want to do is there's two that are going to be shorter and two that are going to be longer. I would recommend when you put them on to put your two long ones on and then put one on and then put your short ones on and then scoot this one over so that it's right on top of that one so that you have no space in between them. And then you have your Zentangle in a frame so that it looks more professional. I hope you have fun doing Zentangles. They can be very meditative to do, so enjoy.